I'd like to call on Bill and Margie Bolte to come forward.
Stand here. Okay. Good morning. Well, I don't need to introduce myself because you just did that. Thank you. I'm Margie, and Joyce Davis reached out and asked us to share a little bit of our experience.
I'm Bill.
All right.
By the way, yeah. That's what we want.
That's funny. Sorry. Anyway, Joyce wanted us to share some of our experience with you and what it means to be a member here and why we choose to pledge each year. So in 2008, Bill and I decided we needed to make a change in our church home, and we were searching and looking throughout the city of Omaha, visiting churches, and we came here. We visited Countryside for the first time in August of that year, and quickly realized that this was the place for us. This was a good fit. And so we officially joined in February of 2009. And in the almost 16 years since that time, 4 generations of our family have been able to enjoy and benefit from the many offerings here at Countryside. Bill's mom, Margie. She is very involved with our Friday morning fame group, our art and social group that meets here on Friday mornings. She's here every week, loves it. It's become one of her favorite parts of her week, and it's very important to her. You'll also see her in the Commons in the coffee shop most Sunday mornings before and after services, enjoying a cup of coffee, catching up with friends, checking in on one another, and maybe bragging a little bit about the barista. Bill and I have been involved in several small groups, book studies, one which stayed together for over 8 years and was very important to us. We've been involved in 9 to Dine dinner groups, still going and probably going on about 8 years as well. Both of those experiences have fostered beautiful friendships that we hold very dear to this day. We've served on numerous boards and committees. We've attended Center for Faith Studies events, concerts and special services throughout the years, and all that have added to our life experience in a very wonderful way. Our kids, Allie, our oldest, helped out. She assisted with children's choirs when she was in college, a major in music, and then moved into being one of the children's choir directors for many years. Our daughter, Val, finished her high school years here at Countryside and was part of the Faith Singers high school choir. We all remember Faith Singers, and was able to attend several of their summer tours. And Bill even got to go on one with her, and so they have some great memories.
Not singing.
Not singing.
Yeah.
And now our beautiful grandchildren are able to enjoy things like the new Discovery Kids Sunday morning programs and be part of that and benefit from it. So a lot of wonderful things that have happened to us here over the years. I also had the privilege of serving on the staff, being a staff member here for 6 years from 2010 to 2016. And that was when I truly saw firsthand what it takes to make all these things happen here at church. Sitting in numerous, many more than I can count, staff meetings and yearly budget planning meetings, you realize really what's involved in keeping all these things here. We need a vibrant, creative staff, which we have, to imagine more, to create and foster and organize all these programs and events. We need money to buy resources and supplies to support and enrich those programs. And it takes money to keep this beautiful building up and running and maintained so that we have a place to gather and enjoy all of these experiences. And then, of course, On top of all those other things, central to our membership here is our weekly gathering for services on Sunday mornings. And we are blessed with two amazing ministers. Our AV team, is that what they're called, AV team, that keeps things running so that those that can't be here can see us online, and it just makes our experience so great. Oh, they're not there. Oh, well, there's Alex.
The band.
Yeah. Our band, our music director, all the things that make our experience so wonderful, we're so grateful for, and those are all part of why we choose to support Countryside as best we can.
Awesome. Wow. Impressive. I think I'm done. No. Thank you, hon. Been married to this beautiful woman for 36 years, and it's great to see my family, mom, kids, grandkids. It's really a privilege and a pleasure. And really what gets me here to Countryside is the feeling that I get when I walk through the doors. To me, that's a feeling of love. I can peel away those layers and knock down those walls that sometimes we all struggle with in dealing with life. And most times you can see me coming through the doors with a couple of jugs of milk and some whipped cream, and I get so much pleasure doing the barista. My favorite thing is to be able to see a visitor from across the room, and you know how when you're visiting, you're kind of uncomfortable, but I can hold that coffee cup up and do a wave, and it just, that just feels good. And when we come and we sit in these seats in this beautiful sanctuary, how I have learned to take that deep breath in and let God's Spirit in. I do that and learn things that I can take out of these rooms. I can actually lower my blood pressure at the doctor's office when I take that deep breath in and let it out. And it's just, and I want to support that. And the many changes that we've been through. And one thing that I thought about as I was getting here this morning is, wow, we've been through a lot here at Countryside. And we were all in these boats rowing down Hell's Creek, which is the name of the creek that goes right along our church. And what that showed me and that process is that the church is the people, every one of us in and out of these rooms. We are the church, and we are very blessed with great pastors and leadership, but we are the face and we are the support of Countryside, and that's what we want to do. We want to raise this up. We want to imagine more. And that's why we're here. I want to love and support this place. So this is our opportunity to imagine more. And if you have a pledge card that you brought and you would like to bring up, now is the time to do that. We thank and bless you all.
Good morning, everybody. We'll reverse order in your program. I said I'd really like to follow the extraordinary Boltes and put me on right about 11 o'clock. I think that'd be a good time to show up. I'm Tim Kerrigan. I'm a member of the stewardship team. I've got my ribbon on here. I pledged, and I'm proud to imagine more with you. And I hope you'll pledge, and I hope you'll probably wear this ribbon. I'm just going to give you some quick information. Actually, I do want to take a moment to say thank you to Paul. I come to Countryside because I learned how to live life a little bit. I've got a text this morning from a good friend. He's laid out all the reasons why I should vote for a certain conservative presidential candidate. And I'm going to talk with him Monday when I see him, and talk just a little bit about the details, but I'm going to wrap it up by saying I just want you to know I love you, and I'm so glad you're in my life. And I think that helps me understand, I don't have to agree with everybody, but we've got this common thing. So good news. You see from the thermometer out in the narthex, 600,000 has been raised. We're about almost halfway to our goal of 1.5 million. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So 15% participation on a goal of 100%. So that strikes you as, boy, that's kind of lacking. So here's the positive spin on that. We're nearly halfway there on the dollars with 15% participation. So that's good. There's a lot of folks that attend, or there's folks on the rolls that haven't historically given. So we're going for 100%. Last year we had about 65% to put that in order. We're trying to close that gap. So we're focused on everyone who gives. Those that give, we're asking them to give more. And members that haven't given, we're asking them to become a giver. So 3 groups. First off is those folks who haven't given before. And it's a really important group that we're reaching out to, the stewardship team's reaching out to. If that's you and you'd like to start giving, we'd really appreciate it. I think everybody participating is part of how we imagine more together. There's 2 other groups then. There's this group of about 130 remaining that give to us online. And man, do we love that kind of gift. It's steady, it's level, it always comes. Fantastic. Like everything, there's a double-edged sword to it. Sometimes we set it up and we forget about it. Please don't forget about it. Please go online or talk to Sherry, our church secretary, and think, after you prayerfully consider giving more. We're trying to go from about $1 million to 1.5 million, so we all have to give more. And so you wonderful folks that are set up online that give so religiously, we need you to do more, on a dollar amount. So please do that. And then there's the traditional givers, folks that pledge or give, but we haven't heard from them yet for 2025, so that's okay, but it's time to do that. You find folks, there's about, I lost my number, I think there's probably about 35 or 40 of those folks. Again, same message, please give something meaningful, give more than you gave last year. We really need it if we're going to imagine more together. Next week we'll try to put something on the screen that actually has the numbers so you don't have to remember what I've said, but that's the gist of it. It's a pleasure to serve. It's great to be at this church. Love you all. Take care.